Welcome back to the channel. It's been a minute, but ever since I have this Cayenne here, I had two issues that never really bothered me, never really made any sense. So I'm gonna show you what I mean. So, common issue here, the screen, right? If you turn the car on, the screen LEDs, like, they start to fade out a little bit. And I thought it was just a Porsche thing, but if you turn on your hazards or your turn signals, zero sound. So today we're gonna be finally fixing the screen and the speaker in the cluster. So once you done took off all your ignition switch stuff and then your plastics right there, and then right here, it's gonna expose some T20s. You grab your T20 bit. Oh wow, it's actually a lot of them. So what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. You grab your T20 bit and you just get to work, brother. So when you got all your trim pieces off, like I said, you're gonna have to take off these, which comes with this. You're gonna have to take off this whole ignition switch thing. All right, so now you got your screws loose. Now you can go ahead and start removing. Here's the thing, right? With this piece right here, I have no idea how to get this thing off like cleanly, because in the other car that I took it from, I literally just ripped it off. Everything else you can just pry off pretty clean, but this right here, I'm not sure. So I'm actually gonna play with that a little bit and see. Okay, actually, so to remove it, you have to remove the air vent thing. And then there's another T20 right there. And then you should be good. Luckily, this air vent actually clips out, so it makes it very easy if you want to like replace it with a different one or something. All right, so now that screw's out, we should be able to just go ahead and just maybe pry these plastic pieces off. Since this is actually my car, I don't really want to damage anything, so I'm probably gonna need 2 hands, but maybe not. I don't know, let's play with it a bit. This is the craziest, yo. Like, this little pin around the ignition, I guess, rotates out so you can actually free everything. That is crazy. That is actually so crazy. And then I'm guessing, well, obviously, but once you have that like pin loose, you can just go ahead and push this down, and then it exposes more T20s. Fucking sick. All right, I know there's 2 more up here as well. Yeah, there's 2 more up here other than the 2 down here. And then to remove the 2 up here, you obviously have to remove this plastic shield thing, which is literally just held in by some clips. That I definitely know, because it just popped up on me one day, or when I was at the yard. And I also know that this top, like, other thing where the steering wheel is on, this top piece also comes out, and it just pops out. So to get this out, you literally just have to pull this front half down and then pull towards you. You're not gonna break anything, it's pretty durable, but that's how you get that out. And then you just take your T20s, and you got 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, and then 1 there, and then the whole cluster just comes right out. But you can also remove the shield with the screws up top. I'm actually gonna do that because I don't want to break anything, and I feel like if I just pull this thing out, I'm gonna end up breaking something. So let me play it safe, because this is my actual car. So with those 2 top screws removed, you can literally just lift it up and it comes right out. Oh no, you do have to lift to take that screw out. So if you find this intimidating, just because it's a Porsche, that's understandable, because I was the same exact way. But once you do it to a car that's not yours, it's literally just like plastic and some screws. Like, you have the screws in your garage, so it's not intimidating. It's actually very easy, very simple. At the end of the day, it's a Volkswagen. These things are replaceable. It's not like $1 million piece. If you break the cluster, or if you break like a trim piece, go to the junkyard. I'm pretty sure you'll find a Cayenne there, and just pick up like another trim piece and try it again. I promise you, this is not hard whatsoever. All right, so if you're doing this and you're following along, there's a screw all the way back there. You don't need it to get this out. This gives you more than enough leeway to just pull the cluster out after you get these two screws. And then behind the cluster itself, you have two connectors. Simple, you just unclip them and then the cluster's out. All right, let's try to do this with one hand. You can't pull too much though, because like I said, you got these clips back here. Let me see. Right there, literally just, it's like BMW clips. You push down on one side, lift it, that comes out. You push down on the other side, you lift it, that comes out, and then the entire cluster is now free. So, as mentioned, we have the LCD screen and then the clicker. I don't even know if my clicker works or not, but I definitely know my LCD screen doesn't work. I also don't know if this works good or not because I just took this from a junkyard car. So hopefully everything turns out good because it made no sense to do all of this and then get nowhere. Oh, this cluster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 screws, 3 on each side. No idea what size, but we're gonna figure them out. Okay, so honestly, I'm not just gonna go looking in there for the specific one. So take your, is good? Anyway, you take your little flathead, has to be like one of these tiny joints, and it is just the right size to where it won't strip, but it catches perfectly. And you just do that for all 6. Those of you with big or medium-sized dogs, get them some chicken paws. They love this stuff. Good boy. And off he goes. So upon investigation, this wasn't even connected. The clicker wasn't even connected to the thing. Damn. That's crazy, actually. Put that aside. We can connect that later. And I'm starting to think this is actually an aftermarket part because of this thing. Where's it at? There was this right here. That right there, that sticker, that wasn't on the other Cayenne. So I'm starting to really think this is the aftermarket. Well, not aftermarket, but like a used piece and like probably tampered with or something. We have the cluster here. You can just lift this thing up out of its housing. If you want to, you can blow it out. I doubt you're gonna have any dirt in there, but why not, you know? And then you have the actual cluster face. So, okay, to make this a bit easier, because I really don't want to break anything, I already went ahead and removed the clip right there because I'm literally, all those plastic clips, they literally just broke. So I went ahead and removed the LCD screen board chip thing, like, you know what I'm talking about. And what I'm gonna try to do to get this thing free is remove it from the front side. So there's these clips right there. That should be easy, but unfortunately these two here are kind of hiding. So maybe if, oh wait, you can actually peel this back a little bit, so it makes it easier. So let's go ahead and get to that. Maybe do this in one take. Maybe not actually, who knows? It's kind of hard to see, but I'm like gonna make an attempt. But you can put your screwdriver into the flat part right here that clips in. Let's see, you see that little flat part right there? The metal part, not the plastic part. You just put your screwdriver in and kind of pry up, and that removes this bracket to where then the entire screen should just be able to come out easily with no issue. Yep, just like that. I just don't want to break anything, so I'm trying to be like as careful as possible. Because sometimes some parts are just a lot more expensive than others, you know? Okay, so this metal piece that you just pried out, you're gonna have to push that down a little bit so you can get some clearance and just yank it out, just like that. But the board is out, or the LCD is out. This is the old LCD, and this is the new one, well, newly used. Now the question is, which way do these things go in? Obviously this way. Has to be this way. Put that old one over there and figure out how to get this new one in without damaging anything. So here's a better viewpoint of what's going on here. So you're trying to slide this LCD screen in to the point where it doesn't get damaged and you can put everything back together just like that. Remember, everything has a spot. And see, that's a little bit too far over. So you have to just push this thing over a bit. There we go. Maybe that should be it. Maybe. I don't know. Let's see. That clipped in good. What's going on with this one? Should have clipped that in. That should be good, right? That should be good. And then for this, to even get this thing out, there are these black clips right there. Instead of like trying to lift it up, you just push the little clips right there. You just push it forward with like a flathead or something like that. Push it forward on both sides, and then to put it back in, if we can do that, to put it back in nicely, you just want to push it down and push the circuit, the ribbon in, and then you're gonna have to push the black clip down to lock it in. Okay, so what I'm gonna do to make sure everything actually works is I'm gonna put this plastic piece back on and with the horn, and then I'll connect it. So before I screw anything down, I just gotta know everything's good, you know? All right, so I don't think this is needed to say, but to clip them back in, they're color coordinated. Green to green, blue to blue. Simple, simple, simple. Okay, if I did everything right, if I put the key in, the ignition's down here now, but you know, if I put this key in, oh. I've never had that. That is actually super bright. Okay, so there's an issue with the screen. That is actually super bright, or loud. Okay, that is actually annoying. Okay, so unfortunately, we're gonna have to put the old screen back in because something is like fuzzy with that one. So luckily the old screen is still good or decent, so I can go ahead and just swap the two. Honestly, I did not realize how loud and annoying that is. This one focus. I think it's super loud and super annoying. I think it might be broken, but luckily I do have the other one, so test that out to see. All right, swapping is just as easy as popping it out and then putting the new one in. I don't know which way it went though. I really don't know which way it went. So I'm gonna assume this way. I went this way. I don't know why. Yeah, it did go this way. All right, attempt number 2 with the new speaker in. There we go. That sounds so much better. Cool. Well, this got to be put back, you know, normal. Nice. Everything works good. Turn signals. Okay, what about hazards? You don't get a sound? Oh, look at that. Never had that before. Sick. Awesome. All right, now that we know everything works, we can go ahead. Is something? Oh no, everything works. We can go ahead and put this thing back together. Damn, I kind of wish that the screen, like the other screen, worked. All right, so take your cluster, line them up. And everything clips in. And you're good. And just like that, our interior is back together. We have sound. We got the chimes. The blinker sounds work. Successful, you know? Maybe I should replace that screen like one day, but as long as I got sounds, I'm chilling, TBH.